I just felt I was a broken woman. You know what I mean? I felt I wasn't able to practice my role as a woman enough.
Right? I'm happy for the guy that you're seeing now, because they're finding the best version of yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? What's his name?
No name.
I feel like you know every broadcaster, almost every broadcaster in B-Dub.
Almost.
Does that make me a whack broadcaster if I don't know everyone that's a broadcaster?
Yep. It makes you.
Oh my gosh!
It makes you whack. What I love about what you're doing is, revolutionizing the game and bringing in this element, the cameras that we're seeing here, the YouTube. So I've been following, I think just this year though, you know what I mean? That I've been following your work, and I just literally, I'm always waiting for the next interview. So I really love what you're doing.
And you said sharing life, like we're both sharing our lives. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And I said it sucks that you're taken, man, because
what would happen?
He's an amazing host, and he's going to have many more amazing people on his show. And I just hope that you guys grow with him on his journey. And we never know how big this is going to get. So let's just see where you take this. Take this Juice 2.0.
All right.
Bizo la me ke bofelo ke batla go tshwana le tshepo ke batla go tshwana tlhalefo ke spana ka thata ke tinto 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 tinto
Gab City, B-Dub, Africa, the rest of the world. Good morning and welcome to the Juice 2.0. Your favorite show. Now on the count of three, Juicy. 1, 2, 3, Juicy. Appreciate you so much for stopping by. It's a beautiful morning and it's about to get juicy because I have a wonderful, very, very special guest in the building. But before we get to that very, very amazing person, how about I thank you for 6.4 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. All right. No dramatics today. All right. We're just going to keep it clean and very fresh because this person in the building is really making me kind of nervous though. So I'm trying to do a lot of things in one time, right? I'm super nervous. I'm very, very nervous. But you'll never see it, all right? You'll never see it. So thank you very much for 6.4 subscribers. We appreciate you so much. As you are checking this out, please click the like button, share button, and subscribe. And turn on that notification button. Let everybody else do the same thing that is around you. Bring a friend to bring a friend. Grandmas, granddads. Everybody's got to go on to it. The Juice 2.0. You guys are amazing. All right, the other thing we also have to do is to appreciate you by reading your comments and find out who's been saying what on the Juice 2.0? Oh, man, what have you been saying? So let's get to it real quick, and then we dive into this amazing chat with this incredible guest. All right, starting off on the Tlutlo Anita Ghani video, man. Okay, no. On the Tina Wiga video, which is almost over 33K views. Ethel Tasiwa. What's going on, Ethel? You simply gave us heart emojis. Appreciate you so much. On the Titosa video, I have a SD the MC. What's happening, SD the MC? You simply said, heard the forest on my Jazz Cafe playlist. Big vibes. Oh, yes, it is. Why is this not loading, though? All right, Anita video. We have a Yaya Muisha. What's going on, Yaya? Anita, the glamorous lady. All right, I don't know what's happening with my comments right here. We might have to go back to it. But yeah, I need to appreciate you for dropping them. So you do the right thing today and drop a comment. But for now, how about you give it up for this amazing person who's in the building? She's incredible. She's a media guru. I'm telling you, if you name 3 media gurus in B-Dub, her name's got to come up. No cap. And if that name doesn't come up, you're capping. That's just pretty much it. She's done it all for over 10 years now. I need you to put your hands together for this wonderful. She's 39 years old, but man, she looks so fine. You think she's 22. Put your hands together right now. Let me kill the music. Put your hands together. Gaona Dinto is in the building. Hey.
Hi, TKay.
What's happening?
Thank you for the very sweet intro. Am I a media guru?
You really are.
All right, thank you so much.
You really are. 10 years into it? More than 10 years into it?
16 now.
Jehovah is Lord.
Yeah, I started in 2006.
Why did you start this whole thing, man? Why media? Why broadcasting? Why journalism?
So very honestly, it just fell on my lap.
Yeah.
So I'd always been I've always liked the stage, right?
Right.
But not necessarily because I was an extrovert and like I loved performing.
Yeah.
But because I was so shy, I needed something to escape to, right?
Oh.
So it was the one thing that, like, that's theater, drama, theater, like throughout primary to secondary school.
Yeah.
It was the one thing that allowed me to be somebody else, not the shy, timid little girl that, generally I felt I was. So it gave me a voice.
Yeah.
I could get into character and become anybody, I wanted to be and express myself differently. So I really loved drama and the stage for that reason. So throughout my primary school, I'd always be that girl who's part of the Christmas play. We would do these class, because I went to a high primary school. So we'd do like these
big
class presentations. Yeah. At assembly. So that was my thing. I loved reading. That was another thing. Right. My mom was a librarian, so I really enjoyed reading, and I loved reading out loud to the class. Now, fast forward to just after tertiary, towards... after Form 5, towards my BGCSE, I'd always been doing drama. So I told my parents I'd like to do performing arts, and they're quite supportive. All they wanted was for me to get good grades. So then I applied for performing arts in South Africa.
Right.
I remember, I think it was Pretoria.
Oh, you did that?
I'm not too sure. Yeah, I applied, right? But they didn't take me. I got rejected or regretted. That's the letter that I got. So devastated. I remember my parents literally took me to try and go talk to the head of department. And they just said no, because I didn't have something called a portfolio. That was the first time I heard of a portfolio. First lesson, document. But when you think about it as well, this was back in the day. There was no social media.
Of course.
There were no camera phones, so there was no documenting that happened. So I couldn't do that. Last minute, because I wanted to go study in South Africa. My mom worked at the UB library, right?
Awesome,
so I was like, there's no way I'm going to UB. I need my independence. Then I applied to Monash South Africa last minute.
Beautiful
and I ended
school.
up doing
Beautiful
communications and media studies.
Nice.
But it was just one of those where I was settling. The story continues. I complete at Monash South Africa. One of my other passions is hairdressing. So I used to be the resident hairdresser at Monash South Africa.
Wow.
So came back. The plan was to set up a mobile hair salon. Because I was like, okay, I'm not able to be on stage, so let me
do this.
25th of February 2005, on my way back from graduation with my family, we got into a terrible car accident. I broke my arm. Came back, couldn't continue with the hairdressing dream. Then there was an ad, on the newspaper for broadcast something at the Department of Broadcasting Services. I applied. Didn't even know I was going to end up on radio or television, none of the above. Day one, I was taken to RB2, and that's how radio just landed on my lap.
Gosh, man.
But I think it's fate, because, I think that's the best thing that could ever happen to me.
I was about to say, look at you trying to get into hairdressing and make it like a formal thing. And then car accident, which is such a bad thing, a terrible thing to happen in everyone, to anyone. But that leads you to actually consider other things. And then
absolutely,
it reminds me of a scripture. Are you a spiritual person?
100%.
It reminds me of a scripture that says, "My steps are ordered by the Lord."
Thank you very much.
It's crazy.
Thank you very much. That's it. I think that's been the story of my life, actually. Because then I landed on radio. I remember the first 2 years were a bit tough, because I remember how I used to use the stage to escape. So suddenly I had to present myself in my authentic state, right?
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't know how to do that. So I tried to be everyone but myself. I remember back then Nonhle Thema was the ish. And I tried to be Nonhle. She had this whatever, hizzle, shizzle. So I used to do that on radio. I remember I'd come in and I call myself Lady Jizzle in the hizzle, so I'd do that kind of stuff. I try to be funny because I thought you needed to be funny to be on radio. So I try to mimic any and everyone. And 2 years in, that's when I kind of found my voice, and I was like, you know what, if I'm going to do this, then I need to be authentic.
Real authentic,
Why are you doing this? For me, it was never about the music. It was never about, being funny. It was never about DJing. It was just about storytelling. It was just about talking and loving helping people tell their stories. I eventually found my voice on the Urban Flavors. That was a mid-morning show that came in every day, every weekday from 9 to 12 midday. So that's when I was like, okay, finally, I can just do me. So then I started creating content around things I was passionate about, entrepreneurship. So I had a feature on business and entrepreneurship. I had Members Tyler. I don't know whether you guys know Mentombi Tyler. Amazing. So I had her on my show. I had like a feature called My Book Inspiration, where I interviewed people and they spoke about reading. So so that's then how I finally settled in, because I was like, I need to be authentic. And that's when people started resonating with me. People started connecting with me. So
it's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story, and the rest is more than 16 years now.
16 years
of
later.
Broadcasting and journalism.
Absolutely.
You would never really do anything else. You'd never really consider doing anything. I mean, obviously there are other things that could be correlated to the main thing. But you never really leave broadcasting, right?
Never. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I promise you. This is what I want to grow old doing. And, you know, I've been very fortunate to evolve, you know, in the industry, because there was a point where there was no social media when I started. And then there was social media. I actually left the radio. So at some point then I went into news reading on radio, and then I went to the breakfast show on television. And then I left, right? So that was the toughest part of my career, because then I had to find myself off mainstream platforms, but it's worked out well. You know, for some reason, I have been able to transition onto the digital era and to still have a footprint, you know, on social media and the social media.
It's crazy.
And now I'm back onto mainstream again. So
I consider people like you to be some of the most amazing broadcasters. The ones that started when there was no clout on social media. And you transcended into a period where there's cloud-ish or social media, and you're still thriving in that environment. I feel like you are some of the most amazing broadcasters. You did radio, you did TV, are still doing TV. Which one is the most comfortable for you? What do you prefer the most to do as far as broadcasting?
Thank you for asking that, because it's really changed over time. There was a point where it was radio, because radio was, I'll call it my first love now. You know, I fell onto radio. It fell on my lap. But I like, it literally became my home, right?
I like that.
Went on to television, and television was so foreign. You know, I think I also just enjoyed the anonymity that came with radio, right? And then suddenly I'm on television. My face then gets catapulted into people's, you know, into the audience.
Hold on a second. Your life is very, very interesting, by the way. You started off trying to escape certain things, right? You get on radio, you can't escape anything anymore.
Exactly.
But you're enjoying the anonymity that comes with radio. But then you get to TV, then that goes away too. It's just like you're not running away.
And that's why I'm saying to you, I think with me, it's just been fate. You know what I mean? I've learned to surrender to the process. I've learned to surrender, because that's really just how my life has unfolded.
I like that.
It is beyond me. It's bigger than me. You know, I've just come to a point where I'm like, okay, so I'm not as in control as I thought I was. And I was a control freak. So it's really been tough letting go and just surrendering to the process. So so now it's television, and let me tell you why. And it ties with the surrendering that I'm talking, ties in with that. Because television there's a whole team. Like right now, I think the breakfast show team behind the scenes is about 24 people. Right? So it's not just about me. It's not just about what I want to say on air. It's not about, you know, if I want to extend the interview with 5 more minutes or whatever. There's literally always somebody in my ear directing.
Literally in your ear.
So it's teaching me to let go, to surrender, to understand that it's bigger than me. So it all ties in with life lessons, I guess, you know, where I am in life. So I'm really enjoying television right now. I would go back to radio, but I'm happy on TV now, because it's just so much bigger than just the broadcasting. But I'm also happy that I'm back, you know, working or practicing as a broadcast journalist.
You seem like a control freak even in a relationship, though.
Are you kidding me? What is that supposed to mean? I don't think I
Do you surrender to the wishes of a man, Gaona?
Yeah. Right now, I do.
Right now.
But there was a point where it was so tough.
Wait, why was it tough?
Man.
Why was
life happened. Let me tell you, you know, I was the typical young girl growing up, you know, with this fairy tale version of what my life is going to turn out like. I knew I was going to have a baby, my first child at 24, and then my next at 26, and then that third at 28. And then by 30, I'm done having kids, and then I'd grow old, I'd grow with them. You know what I mean? I'm 39, still no child. You know what I mean? I wanted that fairy tale family, husband with the kids, the picket fence and the dog, but life didn't turn out that way. You know what I mean? So I think life has just taught me to let go.
To let go and surrender.
To surrender. To I've learned my definition of love or perception of love has changed over time. So I've learned to even within a partnership to understand that it's not just about me. That's what I'm saying. Like the big thing for me has been surrender.
I like that.
Let go.
I like that.
There's more to it than just you. Life is not just centered around you. You know what I mean? So Yeah, so I'm good right now.
I'm happy for the guy that you're seeing now because they're finding the best version of yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? What's his name?
No names. Just know that we good this side, right? But like no names.
You're happy.
Man. I'm happy. I'm happy.
You know I'm going to squeeze the juice though, right?
Feel free.
Okay. 8:21 is your time. You're on the Juice 2.0. Gaona Dintwe is in the building. We're just catching up with the big sis. We're just catching up with the biggest media personalities in B-Dub. And I've prouded myself in bringing to the Juice 2.0 some of these people that we take for granted, I think, sometimes, you know. We take some of our people for granted, but I've actually made the Juice 2.0 for that reason, to bring these amazing people that we really need to shed a light on and just celebrate. And she's one of them. GabzFM. We're back with all of that. A conversation. Remember, you're part of it. You're part of the conversation. Please text us on 14962 and call us on 395-6962 if you have a juicy. I'm only allowing the juicy questions, okay? And speaking of which, we also have juicy questions from our Instagram page, and we'll get that into that in a few minutes. But yeah, don't hesitate. Drop a comment as well on how beautiful she looks and just how, dude, you are such a speaker, dude.
I know. I was just saying that. I'm like, guys, my verbal diarrhea though. Like I'm just like not even allowing you to ask questions.
No. It's perfect because when we started, I had said it's amazing to have a conversation with a media personality, right? Because we're media personalities for a reason, right? We're not chosen for just, yeah? We're chosen because there are aspects of it that are needed in the market. And because we are speakers and we talk, right? It's easier for me to just throw something to you. And then the rest is history.
100%.
Speaking of throwing something to you, congratulations on the daybreak.
Oh, thank you.
Big, massive congratulations. I was checking it out the other time. I was like, yo. And you look so perfect. Are you dressed by anyone without mentioning their names?
I'm dressed by myself.
Are you kidding me?
Actually, can somebody dress me,
Are you
please?
kidding me?
No, I'm not.
That's all you.
How I wish I was dressed by someone. That's all me, man. And I'm struggling. I don't want to lie. It's such a struggle.
Yeah. You and I both, man. We need it because we have this YouTube thing, right?
Yeah.
It'll be easier to get someone who dresses. But you knock on doors, people don't really believe real quick, you know?
Yeah, no, I know.
But we keep on going. But I say that to say congratulations on the daybreak. How did that come about? And tell me exactly how your experience has been so far.
So I think one thing, I've struggled with imposter syndrome for the longest time, right? Do you know imposter syndrome? So it's literally been something that I've struggled with for the longest time, not believing that, you know, where you're kind of always feeling, hey, I'm going to get found out or caught out soon, that I'm not as amazing as everyone thinks I am. You know, do I really possess the skills necessary for this? So for me, that's been something that I struggled with. So I think I literally only started believing that, you know what, like I've got this, and you know, I've really gained experience over time. I'm refined, and I've got, you know, I'm what do they call them? Not veteran, but like, anyways, I remember. But that, right? Yeah. So earlier this year, I was approached as one of those people who was approached, you know, and by a team from the Department of Broadcasting Services. You know, it's just, you know, they mentioned the fact that they're setting up this news channel, 24 news channel, our news channel, and, you know, they found out if I was interested, and of course I was. I wanted to jump on board. There was something new, and as far as my career is concerned as well, you know, it's a step in the right direction for me. It meant me going back to mainstream broadcasting, journalism. So I definitely said yes. So yeah, it's something that I've known for most of the year, and I've been excited, like literally I was bubbling under, like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, seasoned broadcasting is what I was talking about.
It's crazy because I had that word, but I just didn't.
That's exactly what it's hard. You know, it took a while for me to realize that. So this was a moment of affirmation, like, you know, something that I think I needed without even realizing that I needed it. So yeah, it's really been an incredible journey. It's just been over a month. We literally launched on the 2nd
brand new stretch
of November, and it's the adrenaline, the nerves. Like every day is just like a learning curve. There's just so much happening. So many moving pieces.
This is Monday to Friday.
From 6 a.m. to 10. And also getting the opportunity to work with the legendary Reginald Richardson. You know, I'm learning so much from him as well. So I saw
Reggie on TV with a suit on.
Yeah.
I was like, look at this dude.
Yeah.
So he's
amazing.
He's definitely one of the hottest broadcasters I know.
Yeah.
Of course, also having worked with GabzFM at some point, right? And because we're mentioning names now, you just kind of walked into it. You see how I love media personalities? You guys are amazing. You just walked into this little game that I want to play with you.
Oh, wow.
This game is called One Must Go.
Okay.
The broadcaster version.
I could be the musician because it would be easier that way.
No,
but like,
no.
How do I make one go? Anyways, let's go.
That's the most interesting part of it. Yeah.
Let's go.
So starting off, we'll start in the United States, right? Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King.
Gayle can go.
Gayle must go.
And not because there's anything wrong with Gayle, but like Oprah is Oprah, man.
Oprah is Oprah.
Oprah is the blueprint
forever.
You get what I'm saying? She's been at it. She's inspired most of us. So like that one is an easy one. I love Gayle.
Yeah.
You know, she's new age. She's, you know, and also just how she came into the industry is really just amazing. But Oprah.
How many books have you read by Oprah?
Almost all of them. Right now I'm reading What Happened to You. So like, almost all of them.
How many books have you read?
There's a point, my mom was a librarian, remember? You know, so like literally from primary, what we'd do every day after school, we'd go to the library and chill there and would have to get a book, read it, and then summarize it for her in the evening. So like, but I don't think I'm reading as much as I should, honestly, at this stage. But yeah, one of the books that, you know, actually led to a turning point in my life was Oprah's What I Know for Sure.
Yes.
Came at a point where I needed something like that, and it was just like mind blowing.
I like that. Oprah is staying. Gayle can go. Yeah. All right, moving on. Bonang Mateba, Dineo Ranaka.
Oh wow, that's a tough one. I adore both of them for different reasons.
Right. I don't know how I feel about her and Sol Penduka though.
Same here.
Yes.
Same here.
It's just like Dineo, please, come on.
I know. But I right now everything is happening on YouTube. You know, I watch the Juice 2.0 on YouTube.
Oh, man.
You know, I watch them on YouTube. So I'm really enjoying the interviews right now. You know, so yes, their marriage I'm not too sure about, but like the interviews, people they bring. Yeah. So I'm really enjoying Dineo right now. But Bonang is Bonang. Like, Bonang is Bonang. So
the queen is queen.
Just now, for now, because she's also been a bit quiet.
Yeah.
Dineo. Yeah.
Nice save, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice save. Miss GK's Lizozo Kedi.
Okay. My little sisters, man. Oh, my little sisters.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
It's easy. It's a very easy one. You know, I'm giving Miss GK's her flowers right now.
Okay.
Especially seeing that she just literally a week ago left
Put the baton down. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for that reason, because she's just done incredibly well. She came onto radio while I was still at RB2. She's my little sister.
Right.
You know, Miss GK's has really been one of those. Like, I've watched her grow. You know what I mean? I've watched her evolve in this space as well. So she's really just done incredibly well, and I celebrate her in this moment. I love Lizozo. Lizozo is my little sister as well. But for this particular reason, because she just left radio, and I just want to give her flowers to say thank you to her, to say I wish you all the best, girl.
Yeah.
Go get him. You know, I had this conversation with her off air.
Lovely.
You know, the certain
Lovely.
place. So yeah, it's going to be Miss GK's.
I like that. And then we'll move on to Benson Putero.
Yeah.
Do that Reginald.
Okay, it's going to be Reginald because I work with Reginald right now.
Well,
I've known Benson for a very long time. Back in the day, while I was still doing drama, I'm not too sure whether it was JSS or Mauka. He was my drama coach. So mad respect for him. Like, you know, he's been there, he's been doing his
amazing
thing. He's really contributed to even me, you know, growing into the space.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's an amazing broadcaster, but Reggie. You know, I work with Reggie. I'm learning from him every day. He's so patient and so generous, and we get along. So it's gotta be Reggie.
Sadi Lorato Muder. You know it's crazy. It's crazy. So I feel like you know every broadcaster, almost every broadcaster in B-Dub.
Almost.
Does that make me a whack broadcaster if I don't know everyone that's a broadcaster?
Yep. It makes you
Oh my gosh!
It makes you whack, TKay.
Ah, come on!
It makes you whack. No, I don't think so. I think I've just been in the space for a while, and of course I'm watching the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm learning from this upcoming guys.
Yeah.
So in this particular case, I've known Sadie and followed Sadie's work for the longest time.
Right.
And to be very honest, I haven't really followed Lerato Modiega's work
as
that
much. Okay.
So it would really be unfair to even try to put them
together,
against each other.
Yeah.
So it has to be Sadie because I know Sadie, I've seen Sadie,
right?
You know, and so definitely Sadie.
I'll give someone else.
She's my little sister as well.
She's your little sister.
A fellow Taurus.
Everybody,
bulls out here. Everyone is my little sister.
Definitely. So let's put aside Lorato because you don't really know much about Lorato yet. How about I bring up a name against Sadie who you should possibly know very well of Ria. Sadie versus Ria.
No, Sadie and Ria are my babies.
But you know, parents have a favorite, right? Parents always have a favorite.
No, with them, I'm not gonna have a favorite. Ria is my girl. Like Ria is the girl I have 2-hour conversations with.
Yeah.
You know, because we connect. Like we've been sisters for the longest time. You get what I'm saying? So we actually even connect on a personal level.
Oh, shucks.
She knows my stuff. I know her stuff.
That's deep.
So it's different. You get what I'm saying? So with her, it's very, very personal. So that's why I'm saying I'm not going to. And Sadie's my little sister. Like I'm saying,
it's tough.
We're bulls. We're both May babies, and we get each other on that level.
I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to be in that.
I'm not picking anyone, especially because Sutana says it in Santla Santla. Yeah, so it was Sadie and Lerato initially. So
okay, cool. The last one, Reseho Mutlo Tari, right? And Lungo Andre Pizza. Dan. What are you gonna do, sis?
You know what? Okay, and this is the disclaimer right here, right?
Okay.
All of these guys, and the one thing about me, and I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday, why is it that it seems like, you celebrate everyone? And I was like, it's because I believe the pie or the cake is enough for all of us.
It does.
And we're called media personalities for a reason. It's all about our personality. We're all bringing something. We've all got our X factor. So I don't see competition. I actually want these people to thrive. I'm learning from them every day. So both of them are exactly that. They're unique. They're very different. And when you think about them personality-wise, they're like polar opposites.
Definitely. Definitely.
Lungo is very
Lungo's
fire, light up the room, and Resoro is very chill, but very present as well. You know what I mean? He's my little bro. Literally shares a birthday with my little sister, both born on the 16th. So he's here, here.
It's mind-blowing how you really know these people.
So I know them. Even Lungo is my, I don't think I have anybody I'm beefing with in the industry, honestly speaking. I honestly don't think I'm beefing with anybody. Lungo is a great person as well. I respect his craft. He's just got his thing that I don't, and I just look at him and I'm like, how do you do it?
How do you do it, man? It's like
the electricity, that thing. You get what I'm saying? So I respect both of them as broadcasters. So in this particular case, I'm just going to pick solely because he's brother, kind of blood.
Of course.
We talk almost every day. He's the girl. I just got the coat. Did you get it? How we coating? And that's Resoro. So I'll just pick Resoro.
I like that for that reason.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a beautiful thing to hear from you. But the last question on the broadcasters' names, right?
Again,
is the last one. I did say the last one, but this one is the last one. Last.
Yeah. Right.
Who's your favorite radio personality right now, girl? You better be careful. Because this interview is about to be
TKay.
over. Yay!
It's you, TKay. No, it has to be you. Can I tell you why? And I'm not saying this. I'm going to keep giving these disclaimers.
Right.
Everyone is doing great because it's personality driven.
Right.
So I completely appreciate the fact that everyone is bringing a different element to it. That freshness, that unique X factor. So what I love about what you're doing is, revolutionizing the game and bringing in this element, the cameras that we're seeing here, the YouTube. So I've been following, I think just this year though, you know what I mean? That I've been following your work, and I just literally, I'm always waiting for the next interview. So I really love what you're doing.
And you told me this.
I told you this, right? So I'm going to give you your flowers right now and say, keep it up. I love just how you're merging the two worlds. And so keep it up.
Thank you so much, Big
Yeah,
sis.
I told you I'm a chiller earlier.
Yeah.
And, like my thing was, we need this here. We can't, of course, there's nothing wrong with us consuming content from,
of course,
but
from outside.
Also, you get what I'm saying? And I think you're doing a great job at being able also to maneuver different personalities.
Yeah,
and
it's tough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bringing out the juice, but understanding the different characters and personalities that you have in studio. You know what I mean? So you're able to go to interview the baddie. You are able to interview the Hauna who's turning 40, who doesn't understand what a baddie is. You're able to interact with a Brando and, a Bakes. And so I just love what you're doing. So keep it up.
You're on GabzFM. Who are you listening to as well? When it's in your car, when it's in your house?
Listening to?
Yeah.
I'm not listening to anybody really.
Are you serious?
I'm not a music person. Okay, I love music in that there's songs that will resonate, you know what I mean? But like, I don't even know these latest musicians. I'm just like old school music.
You're really 39, aren't you?
I love Rihanna's new
Lift Me Up.
Single. I love Lift Me Up. That's really just been
track.
I've gone back to it a couple of times over this last week. As much as she says it's a lullaby, I love it.
It's a beautiful song.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
All right, we're back with media guru, broadcaster, the renowned, the very sensational Gaona Dinto in the building. Please talk to her on 14962. Drop a comment as well and call us on 395-6962 for your WhatsApps, +267 395-6962. You're 39 years old right now. Mm-hmm. What are some of the perspectives as a broadcaster that you now have that you didn't have 5 years ago as a broadcaster?
Okay. With me, it's always more
and also in
holistic
general.
I was going to say that. It's more holistic life lessons than it is just about broadcasting.
Yeah.
Because yes, broadcasting as an art, as a craft, continues to evolve, and I'm evolving with it. So I'm learning something new every day. I learn from other people. You know, now in the digital era, it's completely, become a whole new animal. So there's so much that I'm learning in that space. But with me, it's always just holistic life lessons, right? Like I'm saying, it's bigger than all of us. The first thing, and I think I started there. But then because of how social media has a way of kind of almost tempting you or getting you to a place of being self-absorbed and, the fickle life, okay, what really is my identity? So one thing I've learned over the years is that it is about serving. Broadcasting is about serving.
That's really what it is, right?
You know what I mean? So that's it. It is about serving. For me, it's about storytelling. So I always need to remember that. So don't get consumed in the lights, the cameras, the fame, the following. So I've come to a point where I'm not chasing numbers anymore. It's not as much about popularity as it is about purpose, right?
Yeah.
Well, at a certain point, I was obsessive about the numbers.
The numbers, yeah.
By the end of this, I'll have so many followers. I think I'm at 180K on Facebook and 90K on Instagram. And I'm okay with it. I'm actually grateful that 90,000 people on Instagram think I'm worthy of being followed.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Find something there. 180K people on Facebook think there's something there. So what I need to do is serve them the best way I know how, versus trying to chase more numbers. So I'm so content where I am in my identity. So that, I think for me, that's been the biggest lesson. It's bigger than all of us. Understand that. It's about impacting people's lives.
Right.
It's about purpose. It's about making sure that, you don't just make it about, it's not about, you shouldn't be self-absorbed, like I said. You know what I mean? So that for me has been like a great lesson, especially lately. Maybe it's because I'm heading to 40, but like I'm having so many aha moments.
I like that.
So purpose over popularity. So I'd say that to every broadcaster, what is the end goal? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Purpose. You know what I mean? Are you making a positive impact?
Yeah.
It can't just be about, I want to be famous. It can't just be about, I want the numbers. I want the following.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's too fickle if you really think about it.
100%.
There needs to be something that lives beyond you. After you're gone, your purpose should at least live on. And people should celebrate and enjoy some of that work. Speaking of Instagram, I just did a terrible thing. I didn't screenshot my stories, the questions that I needed to. And now because stories run for 24 hours,
they're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
But I remember a few.
Okay.
Obviously, the first question is some guy. Oh man, this is wrong. Some guy said, "Who is the lucky guy in your life?"
Okay, no, I'm definitely not gonna go there.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I think also, if you know the story of my life, I've been through a phase where my life was like literally right there in people's faces, splashed all over the tabloids. So I think I learned the hard way. And I'm not saying it's not possible for the tabloids to then still catch on to something. But as long as I have anything to do with it, I'm going to protect the people I love, whether it's my family, whether it's my... So, no, I'm not going to go there. But yes...
There is a very lucky guy.
No.
That's what you said earlier on. It's like we're good.
Yeah.
What do you like the most about love relationships? At least in the context of your love relationship.
Yeah.
What do you like the most about that?
I love companionship, man. I love companionship.
Stop stealing my words.
Right?
Because every time I get asked that question, right?
Yeah.
It's really just deep companionship.
It is. So beyond the intimacy and everything else, just having a companion, having somebody to do life with, somebody to dream with.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody to grow with and just evolve with, a sounding board. So I just love companionship. I love companionship. For me, that's it more than anything
Sucks
else.
that you're taken.
That's those different levels of connectivity, you know what I'm saying, or connectedness, So, of course, there's the spiritual, the intellectual, the mental, the physical, the emotional, So I understand the depth of having a companion. There's so many levels. It's not just about the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, you know what I mean?
Sexual. Yeah.
So just having a place I can call home. You get what I'm saying?
As really,
somebody I know is just there and I can... feeling secure and just letting go, taking off
be
the
vulnerable,
mask.
Be vulnerable with them,
removing the makeup and just knowing that, you know what, this person is my person. So for me, I think it really just is about that friendship and companionship.
Yeah, we share the same idea for a love relationship. It's really deep companionship and being vulnerable to this one person.
Yeah.
And you said sharing life, like we're both sharing our lives. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And I said it sucks that you're taken, man, because
what would happen? What would happen if I wasn't, man?
Because you share the same,
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Why are you taken, Gaona?
I'm taken because I'm taken.
Taken because you're taken.
Yeah.
But love is a beautiful thing.
It is.
What else do you really love apart from your love relationship, broadcasting, and anything else? What else do you love?
Asking. Because, I think I hardly ever get asked that.
Hey.
I love cooking. Okay, I love family. So the one thing about me is I come from a very close-knit family. Both my parents are still alive. My mom is 65. My dad is 80.
Beautiful.
I have 3 siblings. I have an older brother. He's married with 4 beautiful
What's
babies.
What's his name?
Horata.
Big shout out.
One of the smartest people I know. Like, he's such an anchor. You know that guy that you go to for everything.
Oh, that's dope.
Where career advice and like business maneuver.
That's me and my family. That's me and my family.
That's you. Oh, wow. And I have 2 younger sisters, Olifang and Dimpo. And, both of them have one daughter. So I have 2 little nieces who call me mama. So,
beautiful.
My family is everything. And the thing about me is then it goes beyond just the nuclear. I have my aunt's kids who I grew up with. We all grew up in one household. So, I literally have 8 siblings. So there's also there's Mando, there's Warona, there's Umpile, Wabona, so there's so many of them. So I come from a close-knit family. I'm obsessed about family and just like maintaining
I like that.
Close family ties and understanding. In my world, blood is thicker than water. But I also have these 3 friends that I've had for over 25 years. I love cooking for these people. So I was taking it there because I love cooking. I wake up excited about what we're going to have today. You know what I mean? So even when I'm at home, they know they're not cooking when I'm around because I just love. So for me, I always say it's a love language. That's how I express love, to the people I hold dear. So I love cooking. I love reading. I love movies. I love traveling. I love exploring the world.
We'll talk about movies. You might want to put your headsets on because there's a phone call. GabzFM, you're live on air.
Wako lentswe moriti papa. Re tlholega go motshudi but re tswantswe le moriti.
ne ra kopana ka 91 mme ne ra ka di santedi ka rona nna thata kwa Afrika Borwa mme ya ne le go go tsenya ntse
o bore gongwe re ka tswara le masika mme gongwe re tshika le ano ka let's just ga re itsane a kere erra okay
thank you. All right. Okay, 8:52. We're about to wrap up. Sadly, this conversation is too short. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I be a bit how do I put this? So you've mentioned endometriosis in your interviews.
Yeah.
It's all out there. And when you're speaking about family and how you love family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there still a worry about you not having babies? Is that something that strikes you in the night? You wake up and you still kind of worry about that?
And that's another thing. You know, I think off air we just spoke about the healing process, right?
Yes.
I've had to do so much work,
right?
You know, to heal that inner child, you know, to heal my traumas.
Right.
So I'm at a point where, yet again, surrendering. You know what I mean?
Yes,
understanding that this is all bigger than me. It's all part of my purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Also, and allowing myself to be used, allowing God to use me the best way He knows how. I understand that it's all bigger than me. You know, I think for me, that's been another aha moment. There was a point where it literally shattered my heart that, okay, of course, when I came out publicly to share, you know, my journey with endometriosis, the whole intention was, okay, when I got diagnosed 14 years in after all the torture of, you know, excruciating period pains monthly and, you know, all the pain that I'd experienced, I had always wished that somebody had mentioned that there was a thing such as endometriosis. So then at some point, Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror is one of my favorite songs because I had to look in the mirror and say, be the change you want to see.
Oh my goodness,
be that person. Why are you sitting here whining about somebody should have? Be that someone for the next little girl. So coming out to share my endometriosis journey was to create awareness around the condition for people to know that there is a condition called endometriosis, a silent killer of your reproductive organs. It goes beyond your reproductive organs. And just hoping that somebody gets diagnosed and at least is able to manage the condition before it gets to the stage that I was diagnosed at. But is it all doom and gloom?
No,
definitely
it's not.
You know what I mean? So I believe there's a testimony coming.
I like that.
TKay. You know what I mean?
Like
I'm so optimistic. But at the same time, I'm not holding my breath. I think for me, that's just...
You're surrendering.
I've surrendered. But I still look forward to becoming a mommy. You get what I'm saying? I look forward to becoming a mommy. I look forward to caring. I look forward to adopting even. There was a point where when somebody brought up adoption, it broke my heart into little pieces because I'm like, are you trying to say? But, you know, my outlook on even adoption has completely changed over the years because I'm like, guys, we look at adoption from a very selfish place, me taking. But how about we look at it from a giving? You know what I mean? Serving, yet again. Giving somebody who needs a family, love, you know, stability, a chance at that. So for that reason, my outlook on adoption has completely changed. So even after carrying or before, whatever the case is, it's all God's will. I'm looking forward to adopting eventually. So I don't ache at night, but of course I'm only human. I'll be very honest with you. There are moments like that.
There are times,
triggers where I'm like, ish, guys, why? The weight.
I like that honesty.
The weight is not easy, right? But I don't spend most days crying in my little cocoon.
Compared to maybe in the past.
Exactly. Compared to maybe. There was a point where my identity, like I just felt I was a broken woman. You know what I mean? I felt I wasn't able to practice my role as a woman enough. You know what I mean? Because for me it was like, if the one function that a woman was created for is not
functioning, it's not.
You get what I'm saying? But now I'm like, hey, there's so much more to me, girl. There is so much more. There's so much color to you, color to your life, so much purpose, so much impact that you can make in the process. So can it not just be about? So I've come to a point where I realize that this is a course. It's a cross that I'm carrying, right? It's a course that I've been called for. And I'm going to walk it until God says, okay, now we're going to take a detour. This is how I've surrendered.
I love that.
I've found peace in surrender. You know what I mean? And it took a lot of work. I spoke to you about therapy. You know what I mean? So it took a lot of work. I have an amazing family who continue to support me and, you know, like, my family is such an anchor. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a combination of things. God, you know, so sometimes you're like,
God
how could I have possibly still, how am I still standing?
It should be just God.
it really is just God.
I love that.
It really is just God.
So your story, most people know it, and today you've added to it, but so much has happened. The lows we know. Yeah. The highs we know, and we so celebrate your highs. It's everywhere. It's documented. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere. The people in your life know these highs, and we love them so much. But as we wrap up, what story should be told about you going forward? We know the past. We know what's happened. We know what we celebrate. We know what we celebrate right now. Like I said, congratulations on this amazing day. The Daybreak news show that you host on BTV. Amazing things, beautiful stuff.
You ask really good questions, TK. Like, oh man, this last question has just melted my heart. I've never even thought about it, right?
Yeah.
But just you saying that, I realize, and thank you so much for that, because there's been a narrative that literally, it's beyond my control. I came out, to share a journey with endometriosis to create awareness, and then a narrative was built that is completely beyond my control.
Right.
Yes, there's the broadcaster, but I think it all ties into a storyteller who loves helping people tell their stories. And I keep saying, I had to have a story so that I'm relatable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to bring out somebody else's story when you are so close.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm so human. I feel knowing everything that you do about me, my journey, the highs, the lows, and all of that has literally just humanized me. So I'm here. I come to you. I bear it all to you. I bear it also when I say to you, share your story. I hope you trust me with your story. So it's a story of a storyteller who enjoys helping other people tell their stories, whether it's on, like one-on-one interviews, whether it's on stage helping an organization tell its story as a program facilitator, moderator, or MC, whether it's in collaboration with brands who have stories to tell. I just want to be seen as that. You know what I mean?
And that's the story that should be told.
Of storytelling, a woman who's there to help tell your story because she has a story. I just hope I'm relatable. I hope my story has made me more relatable. It has made me more human. I'm not just this person, this media personality, but I'm just the girl next door. So that is really what I hope for. So it goes beyond the career, the personal. It's just, I'm a human being, the girl next door.
The story that should be told about Gaona Dintoe is that you're an amazing storyteller.
Oh man, thank you.
Beyond
so much,
broadcasting, beyond everything.
Thank you so much, TK.
Man.
And I love humanity, man. Like I believe in the best of humanity. This is why I continue to believe in love and just I don't believe in cancel culture. And I know I'm bringing this in at the end because I believe every human being deserves to heal because we're all struggling with stuff.
Something,
we're all broken.
That's the truth of it,
we
really.
are all broken. You know what I mean? So if I had my way, I'd say, can we all just heal? Because there's so much there, There's so much that we've got to offer. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are. Men are trash, but men are our brothers, our fathers, our uncles, our sons.
That's right.
We bring them into this world. Yeah. So how dare I cancel, my son?
Rather, let's give a chance.
Let's give a chance. Let's heal. Let's, you know what I mean? Yeah, so yeah. Okay, let me just leave it there. I'm getting personal, like I'm taking it to church now, so I don't believe in cancel culture.
So if you ever come out to the podcast, would you even come out to the... Actually, the first question that I wanted to ask you before we started getting into it, and I love this about conversation because it becomes organic, it flows out, and I wondered what questions you didn't want me to ask.
None.
You see?
I was curious. I wanted to know what it is, but there's not a single question that I want you because I know how to address any and everything. Like if I don't want to answer, I'll say no. I'm not going to answer that.
You're coming to the podcast.
I feel there honestly isn't a single thing that I don't. You're
coming to the podcast, and at the podcast, we'll know which gent is lut.
How are you going to bring that out of me, man?
Oh, some juice. Do you drink alcohol? Do you drink alcohol? Maybe. 901, I gotta get out of here. Gaona Dintoe, thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis.
Thank you so much for having me.
I really love you with all my heart. You are amazing, and God bless your journey. God bless you with every heart's desire. May you be prosperous and successful in everything that you do, and may your light continue to just shine.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, TK. Like, it's really humbling. I've enjoyed this, it was so much deeper than, because I was like, hey, guys, I can get a bit... I hope I'm not going to bore you.
No, not at all.
It's really been fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Have a wonderful weekend.
God bless you too, huh?
Amen. Until the next time we speak. Bye. What's going on, YouTube? My name is TK of the Juice 2.0. I'm just here to say thank you very much for checking our video, and click subscribe, like, and the notification button for more content just like that.